This review is for the BILITOOLS hose clamp pliers. It's a set of 6. You have 3 angled ones and you have 3 straight ones. All of them are plastic, entirely plastic, other than the screw that holds them together at the hinge. Everything else on them is plastic. They do feel solid for being plastic. They seem like a decent set of pliers and seem like they would do the job quite well. I don't have any hose here to test it on, but I can assure you that they do clamp and hold hose. I tested one of each, the bigger ones, at work on some fuel line, and it definitely works. I had no problem with them. The flat ones seem like they're designed more for a wider hose because they don't close all the way down. This is as tight as they close, and that's as tight as you're going to get. Now you could get this a little bit closer on the inside of the handles here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the video. Yeah, you can see it. So there's a mold mark on each side here, and that's what's actually stopping these from closing any further. It's not the tip. It's actually this piece inside here, and that goes for every single one of these. They all have that same piece in there, and that could be filed down, it could be cut down, and you might be able to get them to close a little bit better. I'm not sure why they're different, why these ones close entirely, but these ones do not. Other than it would be for bigger hose, but then you have this small set, and it's the same thing. That's as small as they close. It will pinch the hose closed, but if the hose has a thin enough wall, it's not going to go all the way closed. You're going to want to use one of these angled ones, which could be a little bit difficult depending on where it is that the hose is sitting. To lock it, basically you would get the hose in there, and then you would slide this down, and it snaps over these pieces. That works quite well. I've had no problem with it. But it will latch, depending on how big the hose is, you can pull this down and lock in place. They are slightly different when it comes to the hinges. The straight ones have this red cap, whereas the black ones, this is a solid piece of plastic. And the smaller ones, the flat ones, have a note on here to wear safety glasses. Maybe I'm missing something about what they're actually supposed to be used for, but all of them work. I have no issues with any of them. Definitely a decent set for a couple bucks. These things could have come in handy for me quite a long time ago. I don't do a lot with fuel lines and stuff like that nowadays, but I picked them up because I can actually use these for some other projects, because they will clamp just about anything together and hold it together, and you can set how tightly it's going to hold it together. And I was thinking about seams in leather products that I can actually grab and clamp the seam together while I'm stitching it or gluing it or whatever. But any other use that you might find that you would need something to clamp something with, these will work just fine for that. And that's pretty much what I picked them up for. And just to give them a shot. They're an odd tool that I haven't seen before, and they weren't that expensive. So, yeah, I don't have much else to say about them. You get a pretty good look. Like I said, I think they're pretty solid. They close and open nicely and smoothly. And they feel solid. I don't know if that's a glass reinforced. It might be a glass reinforced plastic. But they definitely don't feel like they're going to be too easy to break for the purpose. So, hope that helps. Thank you.